The most prominent areas in the world with deforestation are Brazil with the Amazon rainforest, Western Africa with countries like Nigeria, and in Southeast Asia with mainly Indonesia and its rainforests. For a general figure, deforestation in total has increased from 1.4 billion hectares in 1940 to 1.8 billion hectares in 2010. In this video, the case study for deforestation will be the Amazon, which has 7 million hectares of deforestation annually, out of which 6 million goes towards agriculture purposes. There are many causes towards deforestation in the Amazon. Subsistence farming is when farmers only farm for themselves and family, relying on extremely unsustainable methods like slash and burn to obtain land for farming. On the other end, commercial farming is agriculture with business. It is to harvest as many crops as possible to sell at a profit. Both types of farming have been estimated to cause 43% of deforestation between 1980 and 2000. Logging is another main cause, as trees are simply cut down and sold due to their value as a hardwood. For reference, 30 million cubic meters of logs a year are produced through logging. Road building is another important factor, as 30,000 miles of road were built in 3 years through the Amazon, signaling the high amount of clearance required to lay these roads. Mineral extraction is not as much of a major contributor to deforestation, since despite the discovery of gold and copper in the Amazon, the land needs to be both excavated and deforested, which is costly. As a result, only 10% of deforestation has been estimated to be from mining activity between 2005 and 2015. HEP, hydroelectric power, produces at least 70% of Brazil's energy through the 140 stations since 2017, but they require large clearance of forest. Furthermore, a few hundred more are projected to be built, which means more land will have to be cleared. Settlement has also somewhat played a role in deforestation, as Brazil's increasing population demands more housing, which has caused part of the land to be cleared for housing, as seen with how 15% of deforestation in the Amazon in 2014 was estimated to be due to settlement. Another point about population growth is that more resources are in demand, which goes into how the 6 million hectares cut for agriculture annually may increase. As for example, the palm oil from palm trees commonly used in food will have to be further cultivated to support the increase in food production. Furthermore, there are a few significant impacts of deforestation. Economic. Deforestation can help to afford for helping the millions still in poverty in Brazil. As well as this, cleared land from the rainforest can be used to house people in illegal shanty towns, decreasing the affluence of criminal activity. Deforestation can also help to create jobs, resulting in thousands of local people being able to be employed. However, it can be argued that these workers aren't treated very well, with a relatively weak wage and very poor work conditions. Soil erosion. Deforestation erodes the soil, as nutrient cycling cannot happen without the vegetation dying to contribute nutrients to the soil, and so while the soil may be fertile for the first 2 to 3 years, it will quickly then become infertile. As well as this, trees regulate the water cycle too, and so if there are more gone, then there is less control over the water in the air to be returned into the soil, with one likely effect being to make the soil drier and more quickly eroded. Contribution to climate change. 8.7 megatons of carbon dioxide is estimated to be produced yearly from deforestation. Also, with the millions of hectares being cut from the Amazon, there will be less carbon sinks in total, resulting in somewhat of an acceleration of climate change.